Biden had decided to propose.
Thank God, I want to.
$700 per household.
$750.
Whatever it was. I mean, it's chump change. But then during that same week was trying to propose like another $13 billion to Congress for Ukraine or something like even more. Okay, whatever it was.
$40 billion fucking dollars.
They didn't do anything for Ohio. Those memes were floating around too. When that first started with the trains and they needed help and they're like, sorry, $20 billion to Ukraine, Jack. He's doing it still. And then the cheap shot of the insulting amount of $700 in this overinflated economy right now. Gas is almost $4 a gallon. Not that they have cars to drive because they're all burnt out, but like, what is $700 going to do? We got more than that for the pandemic. It's weird. And then he's falling asleep. He finally went there because for a while, what was it? They were trying to ask him about.
Did you hear his story on the podium?
Nope.
How he tried to compare. Did you hear?
He said he didn't want to compare.
No, he compared. Did you hear that bullshit fucking story? Like, that he knew?
Jill and I know what it's
that
like
he
to
knew
lose
because a fucking toaster caught on some fucking fire?
I guess a lightning strike and it came up through the air duct.
No, it was like some fucking toaster.
He's Grandpa Moses up there.
And his fucking Corvette almost caught on
almost
fire.
Lost my Corvette,
let me tell you.
It's been rough
Let me tell you. First of all,
that's white privilege.
He showed up on Monday. We're recording this. This is Thursday.
Yeah.
He should have been there a week prior. Do you understand that? The lack of urgency is unbelievable. Then you offer $750 on top of how we've given $40 billion to Ukraine and we're still sending them money. That is like if you had a kid, but you're putting the fucking neighbor's kids in college and you don't do shit for your kid.
Right.
Do you understand that?
In my case, it's probably not.
Do you know how fucking retarded
child support
we look right now? Yes, I fucking said retarded. Do you know how retarded we look right now?
I know how it look. I look in the mirror every day. I know how.
This is a shit show. This is a fucking clown. I hope you're telling me right now that people who fucking voted for Biden, you're happy with this? You're happy with this right now.
Because they're not going to have Democratic debates. They've already said, this is our guy, we're going to put him forward.
Allegedly. They're putting in Newsom. I'm telling you right the fuck now.
Or if he doesn't die before then.
Or get COVID.
So you raise a good point. If you believe in the vote and you vote blue no matter who, Democrat, whatever, your thing is, do you like this guy? Do you really? Be honest. Type it in the comments. How do you really feel about how he's handling a lot of these situations? And can you see somewhat how weird
What if Trump did that? What if Trump did that? How do you think people would react?
I don't know either, because the people that support Trump no matter what, he even said it himself that he could stand in the middle of 6th Avenue and shoot someone and they'd still vote for me. There are people out there like that too that wouldn't care.
I understand
that. Just wouldn't care if he just... I don't know if it'd be a huge portion because we didn't get to really see that.
This is a fucking disgrace.
I can agree with that.
$750 fucking dollars.
And he's falling asleep when he gets back in his chair.
And I'm glad. I'm glad the people in Maui flipped him the fuck off
I
as
saw
he
that
was
video
pulling
too.
in.
Yeah.
He is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. He is.
He's just a bumbling, senile old man, and he's not. They just have him there. He doesn't know what's going on. He just knows he has to say something. I mean, even when he started with I don't want to compare, but Jill and I know what it's like to lose a home.
No, they don't.
And then he started going into his story. Because they had, I guess, some musicians that were there, some native people playing traditional Hawaiian music because they had the ukuleles going. The looks on these guys' faces, if you go back and watch that clip, they're just like, is he really about to right now? And then he went ahead and did it. The same, blubbering idiot when he came out after the Nashville shooting and is talking about chocolate chip ice cream and then comments on how good the young kids look in the audience and making jokes the whole time before he gets into it.
He didn't even show up to Palestine, Ohio. He didn't even go. He didn't even show up. Just You have all this fucking money. You are spewing out all this fucking money. And that's what you're fucking offering them? Really? Really? I gotta give him props. You have a lot of fucking balls. You do.
He doesn't know he does.
And he doesn't
That's
even
the
know
saddest
it.
part.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a fuck how people take it. This is just how I feel. My opinion.
Okay.
I don't mind if you're a Democrat, whatever, libertarian. I don't really care. I as long as you have whatever you believe in is coming from you, right?
Right.
And if you are just repeating shit because you heard fucking Don Lemon say it or Fauci repeat it, if that's all you're basing your opinions on something, I'd really just stay away from it because like you don't have a mind.
I shared this earlier in the week to our Instagram story. Some of you might have seen it, where it's like the people that think that the government has their best interests at heart are probably the same people that think that the stripper actually likes them.
For people who have legit voted for Biden because they couldn't handle quote unquote Trump's mean tweets or whatever the fuck, let me tell you something. I don't want you fucking near me. I have no respect for you. If you really think that this guy was fucking better, I mean really.
I don't think that they thought he was better. They just wanted to not have Trump.
This is insanity. I am pulling my hair out. This is Looney Tunes.
It is weird.
This is Looney Tunes. Because if any other fucking president would be in there, they'd be like, why aren't you in... The day after, why aren't you there?
Right.
Why aren't you there?
Even though I still think Bush was in on 9/11, he was at ground zero. Like that night or the very next day, and he was down in there. At least you made it look... And I could say that... I would say that about Obama.
Obama was there.
Right.
Clinton was there.
Obama at least... Even though I think every single politician, whether they're left or right, Republican, Democrat, they're there for a reason. They're promoting what the powers that be want them to promote. They're just a figurehead. They don't do fucking shit. But at least when something horrible would happen, you're being spoken to in a way that is at least, it's like taking a pill, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I know it was pulling the wool over a lot of our eyes, but then we got Trump, and it was like, wow. And now we got Biden, and we're like, oh, everybody's full of shit. Like, the last two have just been, seem to be just off the rails when they get on and just say all these things that, like, even when Trump was shooting, paper towels to the people in Puerto Rico like he was, Steph Curry sinking threes, just the buffoonery of the president, the last two that we've had, not talking about their performance, but just how they look as that political figurehead. Yeah. They both just look like a couple of morons. I mean, that debate of them just screaming over each other that time was perfect evidence of that. That they're just, it's bizarre. And the worst part is, for me, whether it started by down power lines, whether it started by space lasers, whether they're doing it to create their own Epstein government database, secret lab island, I don't really know. The worst part about all of this is, to me, besides the loss of life and these people's livelihoods and lives, is that even if I were told the truth, even if we were told the truth, would we believe it?
How they're acting right now? No.
I wouldn't.
I can't
right,
believe
that's
it.
what I mean. I probably, somewhere along the lines, maybe we are telling the story, and that's what actually happened. But I don't even believe it. Do any of us at this point? I don't think we do. And on a mass scale, I feel like we all know that it's fabricated and it's nonsense, and they keep stuff from us and they shut things out. So all of us kind of know something's weird here.
How much corruption has been going on with this administration? I know every administration is corrupt, but I'm
now
saying
we really see it on front.
Full blown.
Right.
And you know what? Whether you like him or hate him, Trump really exposed what people felt like behind closed doors.
Right, Chappelle's bit where he
Right.
someone from inside the house straight up came out here and said,
Right.
"We're doing everything you think we're
Right.
doing in there," and then went back inside and started playing the game.
That validation.
Yeah.
Not only that, I don't care how much you hate him. You cannot tell me that we are in a better spot now with Joe Biden as president than fucking Trump. You can't argue that. Are you anywhere in the world, are you living a better fucking life right now? I guarantee you're not. Unless if you're an elitist.
Apparently,
right or wrong?
You're protected from wildfires as well. I hate that they keep calling it a wildfire.
It's not a wildfire.
Too. It's not wild. There's nothing wild about this.
And I got to give props to one elitist, okay? Because he has done more than your fucking president Joe Biden. Not yours specifically. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Elon Musk has donated his Tesla power banks and his Starlink Wi-Fi, all of his equipment down there, so that people can have some power and internet.
Interesting.
That's Elon Musk.
Yeah, okay, that's
and
how
I'm
they're
going to be
posting all this
100%
shit.
honest. I do not 100% trust him.
He probably has space lasers.
I feel he plays both sides.
Right.
I know a lot of fucking Republicans think that Elon's on their side, and I don't. I'm a foot away, but I recognize if someone does well, right? Like I did with Taylor Swift or whatever,
Yeah,
okay?
that's true.
Even
though we're not into you.
I will give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Elon Musk did that. And let me just remind you, until Joe Biden showed up to Maui, he didn't make no comments. He didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I did see that. He just said no comment and got into the car.
And after all of his fucking indictments and stuff, Trump still made comments only a couple days after this happened. Which you saw and you laughed, by the way, but and stuff. But it just pisses me off that the American people accept this bullshit, and we're so distracted by. And again, it's just perfect timing, and Jesse Waters brought this up. Anytime there's something going on, they quickly go to a Trump indictment.
It is true. It's another distraction.
CNN is
they know they're going to do news
posted
on it.
outside of Georgia right now, but no one's at Maui.
Right.
No one could give a fuck about Maui. Which, by the way, if you want to donate, go to the GoFundMe pages. Do not trust Red Cross or any of them. FEMA.
It's a good thing you mentioned that, because to close us out, speaking of people trying to raise and donate for the cause, GoFundMe reportedly banned someone named Mariah Casillas, also known as Lava Girl. I guess she's like a social media influencer, for selling nudes for Maui fire relief efforts. However, Casillas moved her fundraiser to OnlyFans, according to TMZ. The model from Honolulu, Hawaii, reportedly collected $7,800 on GoFundMe before the website put a stop to her fundraiser, even though she claimed the nudes were never uploaded. Shut that shit down. You can't even. So if you're going to do that, go to OnlyFans, raise some money for the people in Hawaii.
There you go.
Shit. You know what this means?
We're going to do an OnlyFans.
Now I have to. Fuck.
I'm just saying, do not trust these fucking organizations. And let me just tell you this, man. And I hear people say this. 2024 is going to be a rough year. And I'm not dismissing those poor people in Maui. I'm not. But people better wake the fuck up. Shit's happening.
It's going to get weirder.
Shit is happening, dude. And it's not good. This is embarrassing. We don't give a fuck about America. We don't care about our own people. It is
Until
crazy.
it's happening to us, then we care.
We care more.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up.
We care more about this bullshit war that no one gives a fuck about.
I'm on the social media, so anytime there's this huge, I remember even way back when trends were starting, where like there was someone in like a truck that ran over huge crowds during a celebration in Paris. I mean, like 10 years ago or something, and everybody changed their profile picture. It allowed you to put a tint of the French flag over your profile picture. standing prayers for this place, prayers for that place. When the Ukraine war started, everybody's profile picture had a little insignia. When COVID started, everybody.
New York Post still has a Ukraine flag on top of their paper.
There you go.
With the American, but still.
Right. When COVID started, at first it was the whole stay at home, save lives would be a little emblem in everybody's little corner. Then it was, I got my COVID shot, I'm doing my part. Nobody, I have seen fuck all. There's no Hawaiian flag profile pictures. Did the news not tell you to do that?
No,
I'm right.
Because we're gonna get fucking Trump's mugshot. That's what we're gonna get. We care.
That'll
more,
be everybody's
we
profile
care
picture.
more about that. It is a damn fucking shame. I am. My heart goes out to the people in Maui. Really, they do. And I am sorry. I am so sorry. You have this shit. This representation of your government, from your police chief to your mayor to your president. I am sorry. That's.
We'll see how
it's
this.
A fucking
we'll
shame.
see how this continues. Like I said earlier, whatever you believe, whether it's a conspiracy, whether it really happened, whether it's all coincidence, because there also was a church that was, untouched and everything around it had burned down too. It wasn't owned by anybody special. Everything could be coincidence. It could be not. Like I said earlier, even if they told us the truth, would you even believe it at this point?